Welcome to the Apple Mailbox YouTube channel.
If you like this video, please press like button.
Lucy, hey. I've been thinking a lot lately. What do you say we live together? It's been tough since my hubby passed, and while I'm okay now, for the future, perhaps it would be better if we started sharing a space.
Hey there. So about that idea, I'll be honest, having another person in our house right now would be pretty challenging.
Wait, what?
Daniel mentioned you left your job recently. If you're considering staying with us, one rule would be that you need to be employed again.
Why must I work to stay with my own family? And you, Daniel's supporting you, and you're making such demands.
Actually, I have a job too.
What do part-timers like, you know?
I'm not part-time, I work full-time.
And besides that, leaving my job was based on the thought of living with you both. Your house is so far from my job, I felt I had to quit, wasn't I right?
Maybe there were other options, like a transfer to a closer location.
Enough! We're living together. That's final. Your small apartment won't fit all of us. You need to look for something bigger. Maybe even buy a place. Or find a bigger rental to move into soon.
Hold on! You can't decide this alone.
At least 3 rooms.
We never said we'd live together.
There's no debating this. I'll chat with Daniel about it. Start preparing.
You're being too pushy. Mom! Did you seriously resign from my job on my behalf?
Oh, so they got it?
Was that you? Why on earth would you do such a thing?
This way you'll have to stay with me.
That resignation isn't valid.
Huh?
Clearly, I didn't send it. Think about it. What if I'd actually resigned?
Just take your time. Once we shift, you can hunt for another job. Maybe part-time work is more up your alley?
How can you be so nonchalant? Do you assume we have savings to cover this?
Wait, what?
Daniel keeps talking about not needing a raise, but he should think long-term and push harder at work. That's a must, especially if you're thinking of moving in with us.
Lucy, seriously? Have you always been this extravagant? With what Daniel makes, you both should be pretty comfortable. Why are you always wanting more?
Do you actually know Daniel's salary?
Yes, I do. He told me himself.
And you think that with that, we can both quit our jobs and live a comfy life?
Absolutely. Maybe if you watched your spending a bit more.
I've been super careful with money.
Given what Daniel earns, why are you so concerned about savings?
Oh, please. Maybe there's some confusion here. Are we talking about the same salary?
I've already said Daniel told me.
Are you certain you're clued up on finances?
Maybe you should be questioning yourself on that.
I'm pretty sure I've got a handle on our financial situation.
This is so frustrating. Your attitude. I need to have a long chat with Daniel about this.
Just wondering. Why's Daniel always at your place these days?
I asked him to stay with me for a bit.
And he's not replying to any of my texts?
To keep you out of the housing discussions for now.
You can't just exclude me.
If we always waited for your input, we'd never get things done. I'll reach out once all the moving plans are sorted.
That's not how this works.
Brace yourself for some lifestyle adjustments once we all start living together.
Hey sis, been a while? Got some time?
Hey, William. It sure has. What's happening?
I'm thinking of heading back home for a short break from my job.
Oh, that's great news.
But here's the thing. My place seems to have had some uninvited guests.
Hold on. Are you saying someone broke in?
Well, that's the thing. I was scheduling some house repairs this weekend. But it looks like someone settled in.
Seriously? You need to inform the police.
That was my plan. But the neighbors told me they greeted someone claiming to have moved in just last week. So they mentioned they were related to you and your husband?
Seriously?
It sounded bizarre to me, too. But before making any decisions or taking actions, I thought I'd ask about the spare key to my place. You know anything?
Give me a sec. This isn't looking good, William.
What's going on?
The spare key I kept locked up is gone. Daniel and I are the only ones who knew where it was, so he might be behind this.
But why?
My mother-in-law has this idea about us all living together. I told her if she wanted to, she'd need to keep her job. But she mentioned she already left her job, believing there's no need to work if we shared a home.
Hold on. You're already struggling financially, both working full-time. And now she, without a job, is considering moving in.
I tried explaining, but I feel there's some disconnect. And Daniel, he's been distant, staying at his mom's and not responding to my texts. Our communication has been off for a bit.
Okay, let me get this straight. They're trying to force their way into living with you. And now they're eyeing my place since I'm away on that long assignment?
That's what it seems like. I'm truly sorry, William. I didn't imagine they'd go after the house you worked so hard for.
It's not on you. So what's the plan now?
Where are you at the moment, William?
I'm crashing at a buddy's place. Found somewhere to chill for now, so I'm good.
All right. I'll get in touch with my mother-in-law. Depending on her reaction, we might have to think of a backup plan. Mom? Heard you've relocated. Where exactly?
Lucy. Was just about to call you.
So are you and Daniel now together in this new place?
That's right. You've been so rigid and inflexible. Thought I'd set things straight before we all move in.
What did I do to deserve such a lesson?
Still playing innocent? If you don't adjust your attitude, divorce might be on the horizon.
Why would you think I'd ever accept a divorce over such trivial matters?
That's enough of this! But think about Daniel, who's always there for you.
Wait, you're implying he's been the one supporting me all along?
That's right. Any wife who doesn't recognize the value of her husband bringing in $7,000 every month surely isn't needed.
Hold on, $7,000?
If you're not pleased, then make a genuine apology and let's live together. Once you do, I'll disclose our new address to you. Bow down, show your sincerity, and I'll inform you of our new home.
Is this some kind of joke? Do you actually want a photo of me bowing down?
Absolutely, that would be the perfect gesture.
I won't do that.
Excuse me?
There's no justification for it.
Lucy! Your stubbornness is incredible. You'd really let Daniel leave you over this?
If that's the case, so be it. I'm drained.
Hold on.
A husband earning a mere $700 each month? I can do without.
Wait, what? $700?
Exactly. After all the deductions, Daniel gets $700. He works part-time, remember?
That can't be... Daniel made it clear he earns $7,000 monthly.
And where did you hear that?
Straight from Daniel. He indicated 7 with his fingers when discussing his income.
But he didn't verbally confirm $7,000, right?
Well...
Maybe you confused his hand gesture, thinking $700 was unrealistic. But truthfully, he only brings home $700. All this drama over a misunderstanding? I don't need a marriage filled with such chaos.
You're serious? Neither do I need a deceitful daughter-in-law.
Fine, let's end it. We're done.
By all means. Just know Daniel and I will enjoy our new 4-bedroom house he got us.
That's where you're mistaken. That house isn't yours to keep.
What? Whose is it then? Lucy! What's happening? Your brother just showed up demanding we leave.
He showed up, didn't he?
Why is he here? Explain.
It's simple. My younger brother, William, owns that place.
Come again?
Ever since he was a kid, William dreamt of having his own space. He tirelessly juggled part-time gigs throughout his school years. And believe it or not, he secured that house at 26, even without a partner by his side. That very house which you and Daniel thought you could just settle in.
What do you mean?
As fate would have it, just when William was set to move, work whisked him away to another city for 3 whole years. Since I was close by, I had the extra key. But somehow Daniel managed to get his hands on it. I'm not sure what tales Daniel spun for you, but from William's angle, the rightful owner, imagine his surprise when he'd drop by for upkeep and someone else was living in his dream house. He was bound to ask you folks to vacate.
Now what?
Best if you pack up peacefully. Resisting or making a scene won't help anyone.
Listen here. You better make your brother hand that house to us.
Are you serious?
Being kin, he ought to prioritize the wishes of the married side of the family.
You're mistaken. Daniel and I aren't together anymore.
Say what?
Just a bit ago, I turned in our divorce documents at the city hall.
But Daniel never signed anything.
Actually, he did a while back. Without telling me, he resigned from his job half a year ago. So I shifted to full-time work, hoping he'd be proactive in finding a new position. A month went by, and he just floated around, barely working. Observing that, I had him sign the divorce papers with a stipulation. If he didn't land a steady job in the next 5 months, our marriage was over. Sadly, the timer ran out, and here we are, divorced.
Hold on. So Daniel really earns just $700 monthly?
How about you chat with Daniel directly? Since we're no longer a thing, your finances aren't my concern.
This is...
Also, just a heads up, Williams contacted the police about this.
The cops?
Yep, it's someone else's home you decided to occupy after all. It'd be best if you vacate my brother's place soon. That's pretty much it from my side.
Sorry, Lucy.
Hey, how's it been since all that?
Things are looking up. I found a new spot and started boxing up my stuff.
Got it?
So what's your plan with the house now? Feels kinda tainted, considering everything that happened before you could even live there.
Yeah, about that. I actually wanted to discuss something. Property prices in that zone have shot up. I can get almost what I invested if I decide to sell.
Seriously?
Yep, and with the extra cash, like a compensation for the hassle, I'm thinking of a nicer place after my work transfer wraps up.
As long as you're not in the red, that's a relief.
Totally. And hey, you're rebooting life too. Keep your chin up.
I appreciate it.
I'll drop by your new place once work eases up a bit.
Sounds good. Till then. So, after our chat, the police took away my mother-in-law and my ex's uncle, who'd come down from a rural area, fetched them. Turns out my ex spun a yarn to his mom that I was the homeowner, and she misconstrued his $700 monthly earnings as $7,000. This led to a ton of heated arguments between them. That angry uncle gave my ex a find work now ultimatum, and he finally began job hunting. Things finally started calming down around me. On top of that, the place where I'd been working part-time offered me a permanent role. That helped me get back on my feet post-divorce. Oh, and a quick tidbit. My ex-mother-in-law tried causing a scene at my previous flat before I relocated, and she ended up paying for the damages. But that's a tale for another day. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press like button.